Oh, okay. I mean, I'll take it. So this is
Here's
Wizardry
a trade.
6. Another
Snicks, you say?
6, yes. Something of the Cosmic Forge. So before I start playing here, I thought ahead, and I realized this is one of those roll up your party games. So I did that ahead of time.
Mm.
Um, I would like to point out how this works in this Cruel Cruel game. Let's go in here. Let's create a new PC. Let's give him a name like Exemplar. Okay, Exempla. Sure. First, we pick a race. We've got some interesting options. The first five, I think, were in the first five Wizardry games, and then they started adding ones for this one. Humans are humans, elves are elves, dwarves are dwarves, gnomes are gnomes. Hobbits are copyright, but who cares? Fairies are apparently, like little pixie fairies. They're good with magic. Lizard men are what they are and everything.
Lizard man.
Drakon is the other kind of lizard man,
Oh, I see.
which I think spits acid. Felper is cat girls, and I'm not sure if it's raw wolf or raw ulf, but
Raw wolf.
yeah, but wolf people. And apparently, in official artwork elsewhere, mooks are Chewbacca.
Oh, I see.
Um, so yeah, anyone wants to suggest it, just give me a race for whatever you dream of example of being.
I have a suggestion.
Uh huh. I'm sure you do. Anybody else? Okay, I'm guessing your suggestion is Rose.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm curious.
and now we pick a sex between male and female, which
Lady
apparently,
Wolf, why not?
what was that?
Lady Wolf, why
Okay,
not?
because you can take a strength penalty and get charisma instead.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Mhm.
it is how it works in my experience.
Yep. So then it rolls some dice for this bonus value. This is how many stat points get added to your basic stats. It was just rolled once. There is no reroll option. Based on that, here are the classes that, in like second edition D&D fashion, I could potentially get by putting bonus points in those.
Oh, it's one of those where you get like random. Oh, wow, that is
So,
evil. You weren't kidding.
okay, fighters need at least 12 strength. So picking fighter, I got one more stat point after getting to that minimum. Let's put it in say dexterity. And okay. And then the karma stat gets randomly rolled separately from that. And then we get the portraits, which I'm just gonna go through these real quick. We got mustachy guy. We got. I'm giving them a lot of points for the default humans being black, and then I'm taking them all away because I've seen some screenshots from later on.
Oh,
Uh, gray elfy people maybe. Good dwarf, bad dwarf, blonde lady, a lizard,
lizard man.
whatever the hell that is. I guess the
Was
other
that the
kind of lizard.
Dracon?
I guess so. Although these aren't tied to race. Then we had this sketchy looking fellow.
You could just be a human who looks like a lizard.
Yeah, of course you can. Someone wearing a towel on their head, a much classier towel on your head. Someone with hair having an issue. That but blonde. Sexy naked fairy number one. Sexy naked fairy number two. Another dwarf.
Were fairies even an option?
Yeah. So like the first five versions are the standard D&D ones, and then starting with this game, apparently they want to get away from D&D and added
Mm.
in fairies and a bunch of furries
Ah, right.
and Chewbacca. Another dwarf, some kind of cat or wolf person, another kind of cat or wolf person,
Oh, that is a mess of pixels.
whatever that is. This weirdo, this weirdo,
Hobbits,
a
I'm
ninja.
guessing. A ninja.
Uh,
Commander Keen?
sure, a samurai. Uh, like evil warlock with aviator goggles. some guy, cool witch, less cool witch, Robin Hood, Robin Hood, Sir something, 80s headband gal, Death, other 80s headband gal. I don't know, but I like it. Like, are those like glasses and a purple afro on some like metal skin guy with a big frilly collar?
Oh, I'm having to like stretch this to full screen and squint at it to figure out what's going on.
You can kind of interpret your own sprite out of that one, I think.
Yeah, it's vague enough that like the parts of the face are almost subjective.
Yep. A wizard, yet another elf, yet another elf, and back to this guy. Let's go with this. And now we got his skills, which there are a lot of in this game. Apparently, the first 5 Wizardry games did not have any skills, and this just kind of makes up for that in a big way. Skill points are determined by something in your stats, or just randomly. So here, have some sword exampla. Oops. Okay, don't hold that button down, because it will click way too many times.
Too much sword.
And now I'm given the choice to save this character, yes or no. I'm going to pick no. I already didn't want to save this character, like, on step 3 of this process, when I rolled the stats and got garbage, and was locked out of every class.
Oh, right. Wow.
So what I did, before sitting down to stream tonight, everyone, is, well, first I looked up a guide for what's good. And I made, over the course of an hour, 6 characters. We have Hazel, the female raw wolf monk.
Oh, thank you.
We have Violet, the female Felpair Valkyrie.
Cool.
These are classes that you have no idea if they even exist until you happen to roll good enough stats to get into them, by the way.
Makes sense.
And again, like, you don't roll all your stats D&D style. You get your bare minimum and then some points to apply to them. You need to, like, get a 16 on that roll to get half the classes out of, like, a possible 18.
Oh,
Just
wow.
because they take all the points just to qualify. And then, aside from those two, we have a dwarven ninja, a fairy bard, a mook mage, which again is apparently Chewbacca, and an elf priest. If anyone in chat would like me to rename and reportraitize any of these characters, I can do that. I just can't reroll stats.
To get your input in quickly.
So again, that is male dwarf, ninja, female fairy barbarian, or bard rather, male moo mag,
Moomag.
female elf priest. And if it matters, the art that I gave them, which can be changed, mercifully. There's our dwarven samurai. Sorry, our dwarven ninja, not samurai. What I was thinking. Dwarves can't be samurai.
There's nothing in the rule book that says a dwarf can't be a samurai.
I want the extra slutty fairy for the bard, because you just have to. I went with whatever the hell that is for Mookie the Mook Mage. And what was the last one? Ah, yes, Heals the Elven Healer. So would anyone like to be the namesake for any of these characters? And is anyone still awake to answer the question? Going once? Going twice?
I assume the watchers are kind of dozing with it in the background.
Okay, that's fair. So now, let's see. I believe I just do add party member. And this is some, like, cover art. Some kind of nude cat girl holding a spear, puking water into a plate, and just spilling all over the floor.
Oh, I want this statue.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. But yeah, the party of characters that I selected here, I just like looked at this, my eyes glazed over. I looked for a guide, and the guy said, "Okay, here's a good party to put together," and I trusted that guide, as you do, which was to have some dwarf, and this is a mix of mouse and keyboard controls, oddly enough. So those three are the front line, as I understand it. And everyone else, like, better be a spellcaster, because you're not using any sort of ranged weapons in this game, apparently. Maybe if you're playing a ranger, you do. But yeah, so the other thing is the first five Wizardry games used EGA graphics, where the only palette is, you know, the trans pride flag colors.
Was that EGA or CGA?
I think it was EGA.
It was a specific. I thought it was a specific mode of CGA.
Whichever it is that gives you just like white, pink, and cyan. And they had like these just bare bones, white on black wireframe dungeons with no attempt to have any sort of flavor to them at all.
Yes, because I needed to look this up for like my Unreal stuff. It was CGA Palette 1 specifically.
Okay. So yeah, this should be everything.
And probably the high intensity one, because the low intensity one had more of a gray for the white.
But Wizardry 6 is when they went, you know, all out with the full VGA graphics, and we're going to have color, and we're going to have actual backgrounds, and we're going to have the best art we can draw, which you're looking at right now. And we're also going to try to get away from D&D and have, like, our own weird magic system based on elements instead of the whole 9-school thing. And we're going to have a bunch of extra races. And all well and good, and just have this straight-up dungeon crawl, which, I don't know, seems like it should be my speed. But looking this up... Damn it.
Oh yes, looking it up now, the EGA palette was all 16 CGA colors and substitution of each of those colors from a total of 64 colors, because it was the enhanced graphics adapter.
Yep, so speaking of looking things up, you want to crack that copy protection for me?
Oh yes. Type the magic. How do I search that?
You find the manual for Wizardry 6.
Wizardry 6 manual. Bane of the Cosmic Forge.
But yeah, while you're looking that up for me, thank you. So this is like, again, aside from the weird, crazy pile of furries here, pretty standard like fantasy dungeon crawl. Apparently, the Cosmic Forge of which it speaks, at the end of the game, you find out came from space. And then you take your party of characters from this game, and you import them into Wizardry 7, where you immediately hop on a spaceship and go to another planet where there's like Amazon biker babes and killer robots and stuff. And you're still just like, you know, a bunch of like cat girls and hobbits with swords and armor.
I'm on like page 36 and it's still talking about like character creation. Wait, entering. Nope, the copy. They're going to make you hunt through the manual to even figure out where the copy protection is.
Of course. Love that era of gaming. But yeah, so apparently like Wizardry 7, which I also have not installed but have, is where it goes totally off the rails and becomes a space opera mess while still being basically D&D with, you know, two kinds of lizard people and cats and dogs living together.
Maybe it's in Appendix D, General Hints?
Could be. I mean, the other thing to search for, I suppose, is just, okay, you go full screen so that stops doing that bad thing that it's doing. And let's not stare into the infinite void. Let's look up
Oh, yes, they've got pictures of the various races and classes in here.
Oh, do they?
The lizard man is a lizard man, the dracon is a dragon,
Ah.
and the felker is a cat person, and the werewolf is a wolf person, and the mook is. I wouldn't even call it Chewbacca. It's like more frightening than that.
Hmm. I'm also just looking this up where I can. Ah! If you are playing the English version, no, just enter the same Wizardry 7 as the hyperpigment has been cracked out. Okay.
Oh,
I am kind of curious, though. Like, was it a wheel? Was it a... Like, use a red piece of plastic to look through the special page? Was it on the back of the box? Like, copy
oh
protection...
wow! You need to do this every time you load a game. Not to mention,
Oh, you found it then?
I'm seeing um, mentions on a forum of there being 18 pages of magic words.
Wow. So, in theory, the version I have, I can just skip this, but, like, I want to give people the full experience. Like, no, this is what you had to do back in the day with games like this. You dig through the manual, and you spend, like, 5 minutes looking
Oh,
for...
here we go. I found the magic word icon list, and oh boy, it's monochrome.
Uh-huh, of course it is.
So I need to squint at those pixel shapes and try and match them.
Okay.
So. Oh, and then it's hard to read because it's red on black.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, for this version, apparently...
It's not itching skin.
Hmm.
It's. Oh, what is that symbol? Okay, I think.
Fire, earth, water?
Okay, I think I matched the first symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Second symbol. Okay. Oh, I think it is web.
Okay. In theory, it's actually just that right now. Right.
I had to speak it aloud.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, back in the day, that had to be accurate.
Every time you load your game.
Mm-hmm. Digging these doors. This is our intro cutscene, by the way. And that's our music.
Is that music?
I don't know. That's what we got.
It's very artsy.
Mm-hmm. So first things first. Let me...
Maybe that is music. It's so avant-garde.
Can apparently in this game save at any time, which was not the case in older games in the series. But you do have one slot to do it. And now we are first-person dungeon crawling.
Ow.
Ow! One of your characters just rammed their face into the door.
One of these is presumably... oh. Pick that lock, yo. You're kind of the bard. Oh my, is this really just...
Oh, is that running too fast?
That might be running too fast. Oh my. So all I have to do is guess the combination to this door and happen to get it at random, stopping this crazy freaking out pair of numbers.
Jammed.
Well,
I suspect you need the top bar to like exceed the bottom one or something.
I guess. So yeah, this may be running too fast for these little mini games to work. So I guess we're just abandoning the story then.
Try my monk powers on it. Is this like healing monk or is this like punching monk?
Both.
Oh, delightful.
That's why it was so hard to get the right stats for it. It's like you need a minimum of 16 of these stat points for it. Oh, wow, I just opened school.
Oh, now I want to commit to this long enough. I don't want your initial investment to be for naught.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to save this because I'm just kind of checking it out, but, like, I am sure as hell keeping that save right at the start so I don't make those characters again. Because, again, the thing is, those characters that I spent literally an hour rolling up... Ooh, it's voice acted too. Like, those carry over not only to Wizardry 7, released like the next year, but then to Wizardry 8, released 10 years after that.
Oh, wow.
They give you options to update your ports, I believe, because, like, some changes were made in that period of time. In graphical standards, as it turns out. But I'm also told by the article on Hardcore Gaming 101 that I was reading that like the first 5 Wizardry games kind of have some plot to them. Like there's towns and an overworld and all that. And then this one, they just went, no, screw it, you're just getting tossed into a dungeon. This is your party. Just deal with it in there. Find this cosmic forge, whatever the hell it is.
I feel like I've seen the same room shape a few times already.
It's also
yeah, like
possible.
hasn't this corner been... I think you've gone past here.
Yeah. Another thing I'm told that the Wizardry series likes to do is there are places where like tiles on the floor will have you spin around.
Oh.
Or things will loop around in weird ways, so it's like be very, very aware of everything. Oh.
Poison.
Okay, I think I can fix that. Probably. I think. Let's see. Spells. Heals?
I can use my monk powers to punch him in the stomach, and so he throws up.
I can heal wounds, and I can bless. Let's try this. Level 1. On you? No? Okay. Also, please note the...
This music is stressing me out.
Okay, that I can actually do something about real quick, like...
Well, I mean, I don't think it's wrong. It's part of the intended experience, but it's like...
Ow. I love that ow.
Yeah, like, are they trying to walk through the door, just regardless of if it's locked, and they're just going thud into it?
Yeah, well,
oh, did Slash die? I think Slash died.
Yep. Well, I'm going
Or
to
just dragging his body
I'm
around.
going to eventually reload. Oh, an encounter! The
Rabble,
monsters!
rabble, rabble.
3 scallywags! This is what I was waiting for. This is the good stuff right here. That's real, real good. Okay, so... Got those, like, fancy mouse-based controls for this. Fight. Also fight. Ooh, you can punch or kick, because you're a monk.
Oh.
I believe you're a fan of the...
video games.
Steppy.
Yes. I'm glad you remembered.
You being a bard can, No. Am I committed to casting this non-existent spell? No, 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 no. Out. Oh, there it is. Cancel. Okay.
You've got a very unfriendly GM that's like no backseats
Mm-hmm.
on anything.
Why don't you get back in the back row there? Oh, no, that's... Okay, gotcha. Kick.
Wolf kick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, got a loot to use. Okay. I mean...
Mookie will play us a tune to raise our spirits.
Well, no, that was the bard doing that.
Oh, okay.
Mookie will parry
Oh,
because he's a freaking...
Singa.
You know... Wizard... A level 1 wizard in what's basically, like, 2nd edition D&D. I know the score. You also just kind of... Yep.
Start fighting back up to prey? What?
Previous.
Ah! I'm so irritated.
Mm-hmm. I love this, like, animation of them just like,
Ah, rabble, rabble, rabble.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now only one of them is raveling.
I think 2 of them are dead already. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Oh no, I think I was reading up on this. Having the bard play the lute puts things to sleep. Which, I mean, that's good.
It's a very boring song.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh yeah. They're all falling asleep from that. Like, okay, bards are good in this game then. Holy cow.
They're sleep raveling.
Mm-hmm.
But we are merciless and do not care that they are asleep.
Yep.
We just walk up and just kick the sleeping scallywags.
Yep. So, being a game-long dungeon crawl, just like you never leave this one dungeon, apparently, this is the sort of thing where I am kind of tempted at some point to play through it for real, but I ain't gonna walk through the hell out of that.
You probably want to, like, get a pen and paper out and... How did I miss?
Mm-hmm.
I like the scallywag dot wave.
Yep. And of course, after, like, you know, succeeding this fight, I'm totally gonna have to reload because, like, he's just dead because I drank from the wrong fountain. And that's not really something I want to commit to with, like, permadeath and no town to go back to and get new characters from.
What happens if you try to use your shirt?
I will test that out next round with one of these people who has nothing better to do. Let's say leg penetration? Is there locational damage in this? Holy cow.
Oh, wow. I kicked him in the leg and he woke up.
I really like this animation. I can't stress that enough. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Do I have, like... Oh, okay. I've got a spear, a fur halter, chamois skirt, sandals, and another helm as the starting equipment for a Valkyrie. Just...
That's quite the outfit to go clubbing in.
I just love that it says fur halter specifically. And look at the little icon for it, too.
Oh, yes, you're right. I didn't see the icons before.
Wow. I am glad I looked at those. Okay, so now I gotta see what else is right here. Got bow, shuriken, robes, and sandals. Yep. Which honestly should not be equipped because if I know anything about every game, it's that you take away the monk's weapon. What do you got? Cloth shirt, cloth pants. Okay. Looks kind of like a prison uniform there, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Robes and sandals. Scroll of magic missile. Cool. And yeah, no fight options in the back row. Just dodge away. Heals, though, like, take it off. Let's see what happens. It also occurs to me I have not equipped that weapon that I started with. Which I probably should have done
I'm
before.
not sure a real fight would involve this many swings.
Well, I mean, it is basically first level D&D, and I did kind of get the main fighter killed before starting. Of course, like, we're taking no damage, I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Equip a say.
What does it is a
Drop
save
spell
mean?
swag or skill.
Swag.
Equip that swag. Okay. 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 So
So apparently you were in the fur up
it's
until now.
it's kind of like, when you get admitted into prison and they force everybody to strip and then they like hose you down with a fire hose and then they like hand you your everything.
And you were just walking around with all your clothes, and then you get ambushed by scallywags, and you get so caught up in the fight, and then like a few swings in, you're like, oh right, I didn't get dressed.
Whoa! That skeleton just exploded. Why don't the rest of you also put your clothes on? Just a thought. It might help a little bit.
So this is really not, they give this stuff to you, but they don't equip any of it by default?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, put some pants on, Singer.
Primary weapon, secondary item.
Oh, maybe she just doesn't like clothes.
I mean, that would explain the default art for the, like, whole fairy race being totally nude. Or it's a bard thing, which I could also see. Okay, well.
Maybe she needs to swag. Swag bag!
Okay, oh.
I'm so confused.
Okay, human, elf, dwarf, gnome, hobbit, fairy. Yep, cannot wear this shirt.
Lizard man, dracon,
Feline,
cat person,
felper,
raw wolf.
and mook. Motherfucker. Oh, male and female, okay.
Oh, of course.
And then fighter, mage, paladin, thief, ranger, alchemist, bard, paladin, Valkyrie, boxer, lord, I think.
Swordsman?
Sure, monk, and I really have no clue for N. Oh, ninja.
Necromancer? Oh,
Ninja.
ninja.
Yep. Okay.
Ninjamancer.
Yes.
Which is I'm amazed if that's not a VHS movie already.
So what we have worked out here is that the bard cannot wear clothes.
Yes,
Because
at
she
least this
is-
particular bard.
At least unless they find some kind of like doll clothing for her in the dungeon. But no, this is the standard bard loadout. Doesn't matter if you can't use it. Okay.
Oh, I got a fancy fighting staff.
No, you don't.
Oh, I got ninja stars. Oh, are they not even good for a monk?
Ow, they might be. But I think like there's skills by weapon, and you got like people in the front row, people in the back row. So my understanding is you want to like keep training those hand-to-hand things and like trip people and stuff like that and get your cool punches and kicks.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll put some clothes on.
I like that you
I
can
won't
wear
do-
the robes upper and lower as separate choices.
Oh yeah, they got a zipper in the middle for those like hot days.
Or just like, take your hands out of the sleeves and just like have it tied around your waist a bit. And And is that actually affecting armor class at all?
And some sandals. Those seem like they'd be harder to do martial arts in.
Hmm. Yeah, you heard me. No weapon. Robes and sandals. Yes. Okay. Exit. And heels. How about you? Are you also a compulsory nudist?
Nope, heels just walked in this way by choice.
Like, I really wasn't expecting that out of this or any game. You know, like,
Well, it looks like that didn't really change armor class, so maybe it doesn't help. Maybe nude is just as good.
I think it affects your like armor by location as
Oh,
opposed to general armor class. Like, it's a weird bit of systems going on here. It seems. But anyway, keep kicking them. Keep using that loot that you're going to be using every single round, and it's going to get really annoying really fast.
it needs pants when you've got a loot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can actually like poke from the back row with that spear.
Singa's gonna rock out with her tits out.
Yep. I can't believe though. It was like the plot that I really have to admit for this game is that everybody gets their standard equipment from the guards as they're being shoved into the dungeon and the door locked behind them. It's like, okay, this is like 20 sizes too big for me. Too bad.
And then these scallywags show up and they're like, quick, man, attack that party of nude people dragging that dead dwarf around.
Yeah, this is some good stuff. And again, I am just,
And presumably the dead dwarf is also nude.
of course.
Oh, I am not good at kick punch.
I mean, it is all in the mind.
That's true.
I could switch over to punch to see if that was any better. You just like keep on keeping on with that loot. It's like,
Yeah, loot seems kind of OP.
it really does. Okay.
That was anticlimactic. And now we're back to this incredibly surreal ambiance.
So what I'm going to do real quick is I am going to just quit out of that real quick, load it back up, load that save, and see if I can get everybody like dressed before a fight breaks out. Which also gets like properly full screen at least, so that's something. Unless I like share it with you again, which I will, and everything will be horrible once more.
Thank you.
There we go.
And I make this my last game for the evening, by the way. I'm kind of flagging.
I think
at
this is
this
kind
point.
of all I have, yeah, and same. Okay, so resume saved game. Yeah. So options. Let us perhaps. No, that's a good marching order. Let us perhaps review. Review slash. Okay, slash. Consider perhaps getting dressed.
He's got this ninja garb.
Mm-hmm.
And he's preferring the hide in plain sight approach.
Uh huh. Okay, so armor class 10, everything else 10 except for something being 0. I'm just curious here if I were to say this ninja cowl. I don't know why you wouldn't want to wear that.
Oh, only ninjas can wear a ninja cowl.
Okay, let me try this again. Don't use shuriken. Still using secondary. Okay. Oh, I have to click on it right. Like it's weird when you have to click and when you have to hit return in this.
Mm.
It's like
Oh,
halfway
but he's
to.
not equipped to the shuriken yet.
He doesn't need them. Like I don't want to waste ammo when you can just go and punch people in the face.
That's true.
Okay. Now, I have to, of course, do this for every single character individually. Me, put on this ridiculous outfit that you have brought into the dungeon today.
Yeah, the idea that she's just carrying that with her.
Uh-huh. So, yes, like, you get shoved inside here. Okay, let me grab this. Oops, hang on. Let me grab this here spear. Put this helmet on. Put on my furry bra. Or halter top, apparently. Chamois skirt is like such a weirdly specific thing to call that, but sure. And yeah, here, like, my AC is staying the same, but you'll notice these are actually, like, I guess by location armor classes is changing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, like, second edition DD rules, so lower numbers are better.
Right.
Okay.
Thaco.
Yep. Okay. Next. I can just go from here. Cool. You. Okay, click on here.
Fine, I'll get dressed.
You don't have to use your weapons, but maybe put on a shirt. Just.
I was wearing the traditional garb of my people.
Yep. Okay. That's good. You're a lost cause.
Oh, maybe she just can't get dressed in combat for some reason. I'm kind of curious.
No.
what's
If
different
you say these items, we have purple on fairy.
here. Oh,
A fairy cannot wear this shirt. Or these pants, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
fascinating.
I'm also a little curious now. Like,
To assay the others and see if it's any different.
yep. Okay. You can wear a ninja cowl. And you could wear, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay, so a fairy can be a ninja and dress properly. That's just fine.
So is that like an oversight that fairy bards spawn with class or race inappropriate clothing?
I guess. I mean, when I was looking up the character guide, I also saw, like, that apparently the Psionicist class, which must be what the P is, gets a set of starting equipment based on their class that their class can't use.
Oh,
So they're all nudists.
great.
Men cannot wear the fur halter top, by the way. Nor can fairies. I'm assuming skirts are also. Yep.
I like the idea that men are so against the idea of wearing the halter top that even if it's affecting their armor class, they will not even attempt it.
You can't wear sandals at all if you are an N. Which.
A ninja. Ninjas do not wear sandals.
No, of course not. Ninjas wear tabby boots. Tabby boots only. Okay, so maybe hold your staff and wear your robes. Put on your sandals. Okay. And you.
I mean, Chewbacca didn't wear clothes, so that's kind of canon.
Yeah.
Maybe he had clothes and he just chose not to wear
I
them.
mean, he had that bandolier.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
He's like got one nipple covered. He's semi-decent.
Are you ever really naked if you're wearing a bandolier?
I mean, that's a good point.
At what point does the threshold cross from not naked to naked? Like, if you wear shoes, you're still naked, right?
Generally, I think that's accepted, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to save the fact that everybody's put their damn pants on.
Except
Except
Singa.
for Singa. Who can't be tamed.
So what was the potential advantage? Ooh. That I think we can trust this chest.
Mm-hmm. Does that seem legit?
This
Okay.
music is genuinely more frightening than music I've heard in some horror games.
Mm-hmm. Oh. That's some rad stuff.
Hmm.
I'm curious what that does, but let's,
Oh, I am amused by of being a single character.
Mm-hmm. Slash, I'm worried about you. Take some stuff. And I'm also curious now, like, what that? It's a mystery. No weapons. Wear the mystery amulet in the very nice box. It's probably fine.
Mm.
Okay. I really wish I had, like, multiple save slots.
Ow. Ow.
Ouch.
Ow.
So what was the point of drinking from the water? Like, what would be the good? It can be poisoned, but if it isn't poisoned, you just drank some water.
It could have been some kind of, like, healing fountain. You never know.
Oh, maybe.
Big money, no whammies.
Doesn't look possible.
Mm-hmm. This does seem to be running a little fast, but...
Oh yeah, it doesn't even seem to be peaking above there, though.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I can... Oh. Okay, so it's red because I don't even have a shot of this.
Mm.
Okay. Not really big on those little mini games. I'll just open doors all regular.
Oh, seeing a suggestion of Control F11 to slow it down.
Is that supposed to just like a step-by-step thing, or?
Don't know.
I swear there's this like outdated version of DOSBox that Steam defaults to.
Oh.
Well, let's try this again.
Exactly 3 percussion sounds making up this music. It's so weird.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm a little tempted to just like next time I'm playing this, boot up like the Etrian Odyssey soundtrack in the background.
Mhm.
Get some proper dungeon crawling music. I saw it like peak for a second into the range where it would have happened.
Mm.
And there is, of course, no.
Oh, apparently I've taken some damage.
Oh. Well,
Or some yellow.
yeah. What are these bars? I'm assuming red is like HP because that's usually the case, and yellow is
Ow.
like
Did I do something in particular to use up stamina?
you hit a door a bunch.
Oh, that was me trying there, right?
Which could also hurt you, I guess. So many stairs. So I'm curious if there is like.
Sorry for noise.
It's fine. I thought it was here. Like, what's freaky is there's no in-game navigational aids in this at all.
Ooh. This door
Oh.
seems important.
Yep. Better not like permanently jam it and soft lock the game.
Ow.
Oh boy. Creeping vines. They're not quite as funny as the guys with the swords, sadly.
Rah, 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 rah,
Step
rah,
on
rah.
those.
Kick.
So,
Put the vines to sleep.
so at some point between now and when I like loop back through the whole alphabet back to the letter W, I do want to kind of like get through this game. Just because like I do like a dungeon crawl. The UI isn't so bad I can't stand it.
Mm.
I guess bash. I love that they just explode.
I kicked the vine and it exploded. And now it's asleep.
I mean, it turns out when you actually equip things, combat goes a bit faster in this game.
It seems so when you're not just naked and swinging with your arms.
I really just... Oops, hang on. Back up.
Maybe that was the problem in Wasteland. Everyone was naked and we didn't realize.
No, they were clearly holding guns and knives. That's just like...
You're never naked if you're holding a knife.
I mean, yeah. Well, it depends where you're holding it, I guess. If you're at just the right angle, you're good.
That's an interesting point.
You will see some Venture Brothers, too. That comes up at some point in that show.
Interesting.
It's gonna take a while to get old. I'm sure it eventually will, but like...
Ow.
That also probably might eventually.
This soundtrack belongs in the same category as Crazy Bus and Resident Evil Basement Mansion.
Kinda. Let's get our yellow back. Oh,
Oh no! A rat!
it's so cute. Look at it.
Oh,
Just prancing around.
maybe we can just play it to song and it will fall asleep and we can go on about our way.
And this is a random encounter while resting, so half of us are asleep.
Oh, okay.
Literally, the left half of us are asleep, oddly enough. I guess it's a watch thing.
Just play the lute. It's a rat. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Rat unaffected.
Rat unaffected.
Holy
Ow!
crap!
Oh my god! I died of a rat bite while I was asleep.
That rat did 18 damage!
That rat has the power of over 3 scalawags.
Holy cow! Like... Holy cow! And it didn't say it was like critical hit or something like that. That's just like...
I'm just lying there like, oh, whatever, just play the lute. And then the rat just, like, leaps straight at my jugular, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's probably not going to work, but I want to try. Was that meow when I cast Cure Light Wounds on the corpse of you?
I think it was just a from the rat.
I guess. So yeah, again, like, I'm going to play this at the point. I'm going to save scum the hell out of it, because apparently a rat can mess you up in this game.
And I wasn't even naked.
Yeah. But yeah, I am curious to like I want to play through this
Miss the sleeping rat.
because I'm really curious about the stuff I was reading about Wizardry 7 and 8. and there being like stuff carrying through. Because apparently it's not even just like your stats carry over. It's like there are multiple endings, and the next game starts based on how the last one ended.
Oh, that's very cool.
Like if you ally with this faction, then you'll start in their base in the next game.
I never looked it up, and I suppose it's too much to hope for, but Shenmue 3 can't import your Dreamcast saves, can it?
Probably not, but there is the port of 1 and 2 on Steam,
Oh, cool.
which it might be able to, and probably also does not.
Mm.
I mean, I remember
I
having
didn't know
just...
2 made it on Steam.
Oh, yes, in the collection of 1 and 2.
Oh,
But at what cost?
you have avenged me.
Yep, so that's
My
Wizardry
soul
6.
can finally rest. You have taken vengeance on the rat that killed me in my sleep.
Yep. I would like to check out some more of this at some point, probably on my own time, and probably, can you, like, chill out and not flash like that? That's really, okay, Steam, make Wizardry 2 Wizardry 6 stop, please. But, so the other thing I noticed about this game is, when I was looking up information for it, and I think I have screen share on still, so we can see this. I'm looking for screenshots, ever for, you know, stuff to show off this, that, and the other. And I'm seeing all these screenshots like this, with,
I'm a Zulu queen.
and now that I realize this is from combat, these are going to be, like, bouncing around in some fashion, I'm sure. Like,
Oh, dear.
not probably on the jail physics fashion, just the, like, turn left, turn right, shake a spirit you thing. And that's, like, that's why I was saying the, you know, hey, black by default character portraits kind of lose their points later, apparently.
Yeah, wow.
Because, yarg. And then there was that fountain, and, like, I know when I was trying... Yeah, there's some sirens that are also very topless. Like, it's a game where, okay, we can do full-color graphics. We are going to use these for so many boobs.
There have been so many more boobs on your stream than mine. I'm interacted by that
I mean...
somehow.
It's never on purpose. It just happens.
I can think of 3 distinct boob-centric events on this stream so far.
Mm-hmm. But then we got Wizardry 7, and, like, things went in a different route for that one.
It's got cyborgs.
It's got cyborgs and, like, ridiculous future clothes and, like, Amazon women on hyperbikes, apparently.
Is that a Soul Calibur custom character? I recognize Aswell's idle stance.
Probably.
Yeah, there.
Yep. More furries. Rhino people. Art that, in general, especially with the portraits, looks a lot better. If a lot more suspiciously, these are just, like, actual actors who took out of magazines, aren't they? But there's carryover, so, like, I might suffer through Wizardry 6 on my own time at some point to get into that sometime. And then there's Wizardry 8, which, okay, aside from, like, that going on, is, like, still using imported characters data from this, like, early DOS game to have the plot carry through after this, like, 10-year gap in there.
That is quite impressive.
And having, like, polygonal characters now, and... Oof, that's a look. But, like, I'm kind of curious how that all carries over. Meanwhile,
Still
yeah.
got the cyber lady.
Yep.
She looks like she just needs some corn.